Also, a little interesting fact, Andrew Kilgore himself owned a store right down the street behind me on Dixon Street, which is now Dixon Street Pub. Reporting live for UATV, I'm Max Vanderglas. As you can see, the names for the 2021 graduates are already being put here on Garland Avenue, and this will run all the way to Razorback Road at the end of the street. Thanks, Alex. I'm currently outside the Randall Tyson Track Center, where year after year, runners from the University of Arkansas are crowned SEC champions as well as national champions. Thanks, Drew. I'm here outside of Kingfish, which is one of the 10-plus bars participating in this year's annual pub crawl. Earlier today, I learned what participants of this year's event can look forward to. Take a look. Thanks, Katie. In May of last year, the United States men's and women's national team got together with the U.S. Soccer Federation to make same pay for all competitions and matches. Thanks, Lakaira. I'm here at the Town Creek Branch Trail, which is a popular trail here on the south side of town. The Fayetteville Active Transportation Plan hopes to bring trails just like this to all residential neighborhoods. Adjusting to college can be difficult for everyone, especially for first-generation college students like Augustine Reinhardt, who is originally from Buenos Aires, Argentina. He says adjusting to college life has been difficult, but he won't let it discourage him.
So you have first generation, you can say like ethnic minority, you can say like immigrant, whatever. But I feel like I was able to turn it into a strength instead of that defining me or, being a obstacle.
Reinhardt says graduating and getting his name on the senior walk is a huge accomplishment, not just for himself, but also for his family.
This means a lot to me, being a first generation college student, and especially now that I'm about to graduate, means a lot to me and especially to my family. And it also means a whole lot that my name is going to be etched on one of the walkways here at the University of Arkansas.
Charlie Allison, who is the executive editor at the Office of University Relations, says that this long-running tradition is one of a kind.
Across the nation, it's one of those completely unique traditions on a university campus to have all of the names of graduates from every class engraved on their sidewalks. As you can see, the names for the 2021 graduates are already being put here on Garland Avenue, and this will run all the way to Razorback Road at the end of the street. With the number of students graduating every year increasing, Erica Estes, who is the executive director of the Offices of Career Connections, says that the number of students having a plan post-graduation for the 2022 class were very positive.
We saw 86% of students who graduated and reported to us what they were doing post-graduation. 86% were placed in one way or another, whether that was through a job or through continuing their education, going into the military, things like that.
Estes says that every year they hope to improve on these numbers in some form, even if minimal. University of Arkansas political science professor Dr. Janine Perry enjoys walking or biking to her job on campus every day.
I live just about a mile from campus, and I'm almost always on foot or bicycle, and that's been true for pretty much 20 years.
Perry is a very big supporter of the active transportation plan, as she thinks walking and biking can be a better solution than driving in some situations.
And I have a lot of people in my neighborhood who drive to campus. And I can tell you from experience that especially when you live that close, it is often it takes less time and it's far less stressful to walk or ride a bike than it is to drive a car and try to park it on campus.
Some students at the University of Arkansas also commute to campus by foot. Senior student Cole Sellers says he walks to campus every day to keep him in shape and cut down on his emissions.
I think it's important for students and young adults to be walking to reduce our carbon footprint, and also walking to places gets us active, gets the heart rate going, and can keep us into shape, which can ultimately keep us younger and more healthy.
However, not everyone is for the new transportation plan. Local small business Gift House Antiques will have their parking lot turned into a new trail. Owner of Gift House Antiques, Jennifer Morris, says that she is not necessarily against active transportation at all, but she is against the city trying to take away some of her property when she has been there for 30 years. Morris is working to try and change the route to not cut through her property, but with the approval of the plan by the city council, final changes are being made soon.
I feel like a lot of times in our day and age, we don't actively listen to each other enough. We're on our phones a lot, or we're like thinking about the next thing. So it's a moment to slow down and really show up on a human-to-human level for someone else.
Sofia Ordaz is a graduate assistant with La Oficina Latina and is one of the head librarians for this year's event. She says that the stories can differ a lot as some people talk about difficult moments in their lives.
In the past, people have shared about their experiences, having a miscarriage or surviving a natural disaster, their experiences being a refugee or an immigrant.
Assistant Director of Diversity Initiatives, Enriquez Daniels, says that he has always supported students attending and thinks the experience is very creative.
I think it's a really cool idea. I mean, we all go to the library and check out books, but this one is like you actually checking out a person and they're going to talk and have one-on-one conversation.
Another head librarian for the event, Trey Smith, thinks the format of the Human Library really lets the speaker open up and speak more than they would in other settings.
It's really kind of more so like a therapeutic experience. Sometimes it may be harder to speak in a therapy type environment, with a counselor. And so, these are normal people coming and speaking, whether it's faculty, staff, or even just students coming and sharing their stories.
Thanks, Connor. Longtime Fayetteville photographer Andrew Kilgore has taken more than 700,000 photographs during his 53-year career dating back to the 70s. His display here at the Walton Art Center features 100 hand-picked black and white portraits of different Arkansans throughout different time periods. The portraits chosen in the display feature a glimpse into the lives of those who feel unseen in society and the underrepresented diversity of those who live in Arkansas. The Walton Arts Center Director of Executive Administration, Jason Smith, says Kilgore has a way about him to keep his subjects authentic during these shoots.
You're doing a selfie, right? Because when you're doing a selfie, you're posing. With Andrew, it's almost like you're not posing. You're just being comfortable, and he's capturing that. And that's the magic of these photographs and this exhibition.
The variety of portraits chosen range from Fayetteville residents after they get a free meal token to a local church to former President and Arkansas Governor Bill Clinton. Kilgore will receive the 2023 Governor's Art Award for Lifetime Achievement later this month at a ceremony in Little Rock. Also, a little interesting fact, Andrew Kilgore himself owned a store right down the street behind me on Dixon Street, which is now Dixon Street Pub. Reporting live for UATV, I'm Max Vanderglas. Thanks, Alex. I'm currently outside the Randall Tyson Track Center where year after year, runners from the University of Arkansas are crowned SEC champions as well as national champions. The Razorbacks track and field team lead the entire NCAA with 35 men's and women's team national championships. However, the success of these runners over the years comes from all different types of recruits, whether it be the all-star freshmen who are recruited heavily out of high school, transfers from different JUCOs and other universities, or Razorback runners that have developed at Arkansas for their entire collegiate career. I sat down with the track and field student manager, Colin Anderson, to talk about the difference in the runners that are recruited to the track and field team.
A lot of these really good recruits out of high school come in and they don't need to be redshirted, they don't need a lot of coaching, they just get adjusted to the college system and they can come in and make an impact right away. Others, we can get transfers that might not have been great out of high school but have developed at other schools and come in now. And then of course you have like the guys that have been here for their whole collegiate careers and have been through the process and have made their way up to this level.
The Razorbacks track and field team is currently in the middle of their indoor season and are looking to get ready for SEC play here soon. The Razorbacks are currently ranked number 1 in men's and number 2 in women's for indoor national rankings and look to finish the season as national champions for the 36th time. Reporting for UATV, I'm Max Vanderglas.